Do you want to turn your home into a wealth building machine? Here we are.
So we're going to talk about how owning your home can build wealth over time. It is one of the smartest financial decisions anyone can make. So if you're providing a sense of stability, you're creating memories, your home ownership is a proven long-term strategy for creating wealth. So we're going to really dive deep into that today and talk about how your home is a financial asset.
Exactly. Therefore, first of all, as we said, we wanted to tap into different factors that is important. And the first thing is building equity. What is the building equity is?
Obviously, this is basically you're paying down your mortgage, right? So you're paying your mortgage every single month. You're making that payment. If you can pay more, that's even better. So you're making that payment, and a portion of that payment at the very moment is going towards the principal. It's going towards the balance. Over time, if you take a 30-year mortgage, it's going to take 30 years. But the more times you pay in, the more equity you have in your home that you're going to get out. You can pay this off faster. No, there are a lot of ways you can do that. But basically, if you pay down your mortgage, you aren't paying down the principal, which means you're eventually going to own it.
Exactly. And one factor that we shouldn't forget about it is also market appreciation, because housing market, at least in Greenville, North Carolina, the past couple of years, we had 2.4 to over appreciation, more than 2.4%. Therefore, looking at this factor is a long-term also equity that you have in your house. As my wife said in the first, is you pay more toward your principal. Even this appreciation is going to help you more to have more equity in your house.
And I'm going to give you a basic example, right? And again, I use simple math. If you want to, if you're coming in at 3% lower, maybe my husband can do harder math on the fly. He's good at that, but I'm going to give you the simple one because it's easy for me. Now, if you want a house that's $250,000 and you put 10% down, you put $25,000 down. Again, you can buy a house with less. This is just a simple math just to show you what equity does. Now, if your home appreciates 3 years, and in 10 years, your home is going to be worth about $335,000 and you paid $250,000 for it. So $335 minus that $250 is going to give you their equity.
Which is $85,000.
Which is $85,000 you now have in your bank account because you lived in that home for 10 years.
Exactly. And this 10 years also mentioning that you also paying your principal and interest. Therefore, this number is going to be even higher.
Now, we're going to jump into more appreciation next. So home value is another significant value of ways people become millionaires, or they just build wealth so they can have a stable retirement life. So real estate in Greenville, North Carolina is great for appreciation because we have economic growth, we have community development, we have increased demand for housing, and we have affordability. So let's just talk a little bit more about the long-term gains with this.
Exactly. For the long term, again, as my wife said, we have upward, at least for the 5 years, the last 5 years, we have upward appreciation in the area due to the different factors. And one of the big one is affordability in the area. And also that helps you with you that if you are a future homeowner to build significant wealth for you and your loved one.
Right, and in this era when we're filming this video in 2024, many people were, at the end of 2024, many people in other parts of the country were having an opposite effect of their appreciation was going away, but we never had that in Greenville, and that's an amazing thing to notice. So, forced appreciation is the next thing I want to talk about. You can also increase the value of your home by doing amazing things. If you keep your kitchen updated and modern and your bathrooms upgraded, your home is going to be flying off the shelf if you ever do want to sell it. Another thing, energy efficient installations do help you over time save money while you're living there, and of course, you can do something when you move.
Yes. And the next thing that we wanted to talk is really leveraging your home as a financial asset. And the first thing it comes with the buying power. What is that?
Right. When you own a home and you have a mortgage, you control the largest asset of your entire portfolio is going to be that initial investment that you put down on a house, right? But then your home appreciates over time. Yes, it doesn't appreciate like the stock market, but it is something you live in and you need to take care of, because you're going to have, and the upwards of this can be substantial sometimes. So if you bought a house that you paid $250,000 for, and it increased within 3 or 4 years to $300,000, and then you've netted some money right there. So it can double your investment sometime. If you would put down $25,000, now the house is worth $50,000. You have money in that house, so your investment is going to pay off. Another thing we can do, not that I recommend it, is you can access your equity. What does that mean?
Exactly. Therefore, for example, as my wife said in the previous example, if you bought a house 250 and now your house worth 300, you can use that home equity or line of credit. That you can use it strategically, of course, and wisely, but to avoid unnecessary debt.
Right, I don't recommend that route for many reasons, but you do have that ability if push comes to shove if you need to. More things to talk about is taxes. Homeownership come with tax benefits that help you save money and build more wealth. Number one is going to be that mortgage interest deduction. So all the interest you paid during the year is going to reduce your taxable income. Amazing. So that means when we come into the early payments, their interest rates are higher, which means you are getting a higher mortgage deduction on those income taxes.
And the second thing is the property tax deduction, because part of your four things that you're paying for every mortgage monthly is property taxes. And this is also one of those things that is going to benefit you and save you money because of the property tax deduction.
Another thing to think about is that capital gains exclusion. People say, I don't want to buy a home because I don't want to pay capital gains tax. And yet, if you do decide you want to, sell your home in Greenville and go somewhere else, you want to go to Timbuktu, you want to go to California, whatever it is that you've decided to do, you can sell your primary residence. And as long as it is excluded up to $250,000 for a single person, $500,000 for a married couple, on the profits of those, you do not have to pay taxes on those capital gains. So you can be walking away with money in your pocket. So that appreciation can help you significantly. He likes when I say Timbuktu.
Too much. And then next thing is the using the home ownership as a hedge against the inflation. What it means that?
Okay, so let's just say you bought a home before inflation went crazy. So you were one of the lucky ones who bought a home in 2020 or 2021, and home prices were crazy, and it was a crazy market. But you were one of the lucky ones who actually managed to win that home. Yay! Your fixed rate is already something that people envy. It's not just the 2.87%. It is a fixed rate before inflation factored into the payments. So inflation is when cost of living rises, prices rise. Our mortgage payments we've seen for people buying a home in 2024 have been significantly higher for the same price home that you would have bought previously. And it's not just the interest rate. There's also an inflation going on in these numbers. So by buying a home, you're hedging against that future inflation because your home price is fixed, so that's not changing.
Exactly. And the next thing that we wanted to talk also is about home maintenance and value preservation. Of course, maintaining your home in a decent shape and is protecting you and even increasing the value of the house in the long run. And for example, the first important things that you really can do to your house is preventive maintenance, like upkeeping with your AC unit, or upgrading the system, or as my wife said, keeping your kitchen and bathroom in a nice way that is always keep the value or even increase the value.
He wants value, but you forgot to fix small leaks before they become big leaks. So preventive maintenance. So really it's about preventing, making sure that, those costs stay down so you can actually enjoy the house more. The thing I want to talk about is generational wealth. And I'm going to talk about my own self for a little bit with this one because I saw how my parents struggled with this, and you had a slightly different experience. But my mom understood when I was young that she wanted to own a home. This was the 80s. We had a wonderful place that's worth lots of money, but she wanted a single family home, and we ended up buying this house that she couldn't afford. It needed a lot of work. It needed a lot of upgrades. It was not in her best interest, but she had this desire to own a home, and interest rates were at 18, 19, 20%. So she actually lost this home when I was a kid, and I've never forgot this because it taught me so many lessons. You need to have a home. You need to be able to make sure that you can take care of it. It's not just a pie in the sky dream. You can take care of it. It is a tangible asset as long as it is taken care of that you can pass down to where your children, if you paid off this home, now have even if they sell it, they have money in their pockets, and that's still good for them for whatever they want to do in their financial future. So your home is a legacy that you are giving down that not everybody had the opportunity to have. So I would say it's a generational wealth tool. You want to make sure that you are breaking cycles of poverty and that you are able to look for a home, not just the cheapest home, but a house that you can afford that is going to maintain its value over time. And that we help people all the time try to do that.
And don't forget to call us, Alan.
You forgot to talk about the housing market. So in Greenville, in and of itself, the housing market has never shown anything but appreciation these past few years, which is amazing because I said at the beginning of this video that that's not true in other parts of the country. Owning a home is, of course, a lifestyle choice, but it is still and a strategic investment. But understanding equity, appreciation, and why Greenville is a really smart investment financially is an amazing thing to talk about, and where you can build that generational wealth. Now,
and thank you for listening and watching our video. We love to connect with you. Alan Victoria Pino, real estate agent professional. Call us for any help in real estate, including buying and selling. Watch our playlist. And don't forget to subscribe in our channel. We'll love to connect with you. See you next time.